You are right, Mama, said 8 Rules. You take the upper seat also, and let me bow to you a few times. We'll consider that my worship of heaven and earth as well as my gesture of gratitude to you. Doing these 2 things at once will save me some trouble. All right, said his mother-in-law, laughing. You are indeed a son-in-law who knows how to fulfill your household duties with the least effort. I'll sit down, and you can make your bows. The candles on silver candlesticks were shining brightly throughout the hall as Idiot made his bows. Afterwards he said, Mama, which one of the dear sisters do you plan to give me? That's my dilemma, said his mother-in-law. I was going to give you my eldest daughter, but I was afraid of offending my second daughter. I was going to give you my second daughter, but I was afraid then of offending my third daughter. And if I were to give you my third daughter, I fear that my eldest daughter may be offended. That's why I cannot make up my mind. Mama, said 8 Rules. If you want to prevent strife, why not give them all to me? That way, you will spare yourself a lot of bickering that can destroy the harmony of the family. Nonsense, said his mother-in-law. You mean you alone want to take all 3 of my daughters? Listen to what you're saying, Mama, said 8 Rules. Who doesn't have 3 or 4 concubines nowadays? Even if you have a few more daughters, I'll gladly take them all. When I was young, I learned how to be long-lasting in the arts of love. You can be assured that I'll render satisfactory service to every one of them. That's no good, said the woman. I have a large handkerchief here, with which you can cover your head, blindfold yourself, and determine your fated marriage that way. I'm going to ask my daughters to walk past you, and the one you can catch with your hands will be betrothed to you. Idiot accepted her suggestion and covered his head with his handkerchief. We have a testimonial poem that says, The fool knows not the true causes of things. Beauty's sword can in secret wound the self. The Duke of Joe of old had fixed the rights, but a bridegroom today still veils his head. After Idiot had tied himself up properly, he said, Mama, ask the dear sisters to come out. Jingjin, Lian Lian, cried his mother-in-law. You all come out and determine your fated marriage, so that one of you may be given to this man. With the sounds of girdle jade and the fragrance of orchids, it seemed that some immortal ladies had suddenly appeared. Idiot indeed stretched forth his hands to try to catch hold of one of the girls, but though he darted about madly this way and that, he could not lay hands on anyone on either side of him. It seemed to him, to be sure, that the girls were making all kinds of movement around him, but he could not grab a single one of them. He lunged toward the east and wrapped his arms around a pillar. He made a dive toward the west and slammed into a wooden partition. Growing faint from rushing about like that, he began to stumble and fall all over the place, tripping on the threshold in front of him, smashing into the brick wall behind him. Fumbling and tumbling around, he ended up sitting on the floor with a bruised head and a swollen mouth. Mama, he cried, panting heavily. You have a bunch of slippery daughters. I can't catch a single one of them. What am I to do? What am I to do? Taking off his blindfold, the woman said, Son-in-law, it's not that my daughters are slippery. It's just that they are all very modest. Each defers to the other so that she may take you. If they are unwilling to take me, Mama, said 8 Rules, why don't you take me instead? Dear son-in-law, said the woman. You really have no regard for age or youth, when you even want your mother-in-law. My 3 daughters are really quite talented, for each one of them has woven a silk undershirt studded with pearls. Try them on, and the one whose shirt fits you will take you in. Fine, said 8 Rules. Bring out all 3 undershirts and let me try them on. If all fit me, they can all have me. The woman went inside and took out one undershirt, which she handed over to 8 Rules. Taking off his blue silk shirt, Idiot took up the undergarment and draped it over his body at once. Before he had managed to tie the strings, however, he suddenly fell to the floor. The undershirt, you see, had changed into several pieces of rope, which had him tightly bound. As he lay there in unbearable pain, the women vanished. We now tell you about Tripitaka, Pilgrim, and Shamunk, who woke up when it began to grow light in the east. As they opened their eyes, they discovered that all the noble halls and buildings had vanished. There were neither carved beams nor gilded pillars, for the truth of the matter was that they had all been sleeping in a forest of pines and cedars. In a panic, the elder began to shout for Pilgrim, and Shamunk also cried, "Elder brother, we are finished. We have met some ghosts." The great sage son, however, realized fully what had happened. Smiling gently, he said, "What are you talking about? Look where we've been sleeping," cried the elder. "It's pleasant enough in this pine forest," said Pilgrim. "But I wonder where that idiot is going through his ordeal." "Who is going through an ordeal?" asked the elder. Pilgrim answered with a laugh. "The women of that household happened to be some bodhisattvas from somewhere, who had waited for us to teach us a lesson. They must have left during the night, but unfortunately Ju 8 Rules has to suffer." When Tripitaka heard this, he quickly folded his hands to make a bow. Then they saw a slip of paper hanging on an old cedar tree, fluttering in the wind. Shamunk quickly took it down for his master to read. On it was written the following 8-line poem. Though the old dame of Lishan had no desire, Guanyin invited her to leave the mount. Manjusri and Vivabhadra, too, were guests, who took in the woods the form of maidens fair. The holy monks virtuous and truly chaste. But 8 Rules is profane, loving things mundane. Henceforth he must repent with quiet heart. For if he's slothful, the way will be hard. As the elder, Pilgrim, and Shamunk recited this poem aloud, they heard a loud call from deep in the woods. "Master, the ropes are killing me. Save me, please. I'll never dare do this again." "Wukong?" said Tripitaka. "Is it Wu Neng who is calling us?" "Yes," said Shamunk. "Brother," said Pilgrim, "don't bother about him. Let us leave now. Though idiot is stupid and mischievous," said Tripitaka. "He is at least fairly honest, and he has arms strong enough to carry the luggage. Let's have some regard for the Bodhisattva's earlier intention. Let's rescue him so that he may continue to follow us. I doubt that he'll ever dare do this again." Shamunk thereupon rolled up the bedding and put the luggage in order, after which great sage Sun untied the horse to lead the Tang monk into the woods to see what had happened. "Ah, so it is that. You must take care in the pursuit of truth, to purge desires, and you'll enter the real." We do not know what sort of good or evil was in store for the idiot. Let's listen to the explanation in the next chapter.